All right, so welcome to the Lombardi program. So the Lombardi program is all about brilliance at the basics. And the way I like to do this is we're going to start with a theme. We're going to talk about that theme, and then boom, that theme is going to help drive and kind of motivate and inspire us throughout this entire 4 week process or 4 week program. So know also, if you really like the program, you can always go back and you can redo it at the higher levels of progression, and just follow the tables that are down below and how you're going to do your work, rest, your sets, and your rep variation for the different days. So yeah, with this Lombardi program, so there's this guy by the name of Vince Lombardi. I don't know if you've heard of him. There was a team called the Green Bay Packers. So if you're into NFL or American football, right, then that's what this is all about, right? There was this team, they were on a losing streak. They were trying to figure out a way to come out of their losing streak. So what they did was they called up this head coach by the name of Vince Lombardi. This is way back in the day. This was actually before the Super Bowl existed. And they called this guy up, and then they brought him. They basically paid for him, right? Got this contract, brought him to their team, and the media was kind of buzzing about this guy. What's he gonna do? What's his special sauce? How's he gonna turn this team around? What's the plan? And so when they got him in a room, or they got him in front of the cameras, hey, Vince Lombardi, hey, what are you gonna do? What's your special sauce? What's the tricks? What's the tips? What are the techniques? What are can you share them? And he basically pretty deadpan, just looks all of these reporters in the eye, and all of the public that was there in the eye, and he's like, I'm not gonna do anything special. I'm not going to do anything different. We're going to be brilliant at the basics. We're going to pass better. We're going to tackle better. We're going to run better. And we're going to shoot for perfection, right? And so even if we don't hit perfection, we're going to land in excellence. And the crazy part is, you think about that, you hear that, and you're like, oh, yeah, brilliance at the basics. But there's something inside of us, for whatever reason, we crave like this magic pill, or we crave, all this secret sauce or something. But really, in fitness, in nutrition, just like in football, it's brilliance at the basics. Like, let's get the basics down. If we can get the basics down and build our foundation off of the basics, then we can add these tips and tricks and things like that. But it's really the basics that's going to do the lion's share of the work. And that's exactly what happened with Vince Lombardi and his team, the Green Bay Packers, which became a dynasty, right? And became, at that time, one of the most winning teams of his era. And obviously that's why he has a special place in history, and specifically a very special place in football history as one of the greatest coaches of all time, Vince Lombardi. And it was just brilliance at the basics. So that's what we're going to dive into here. And the basics that we're going to look at here are the basics of metabolic pathway programming, or basically easier said, power, strength, and endurance training. And so we've got essentially 3 days of power, strength, and endurance, and we're gonna walk those out. We're gonna make sure that we do our warm-ups. We're gonna make sure that we do our cool downs and our recovery stuff. And we're gonna make sure we hit every single set, every single rep, every single work time, and every single rest time, so that we can get brilliant at the basics and achieve our fitness goals.